founding member of the PPC, and he's going to be running in Chilliwack Home. Welcome, Rob.
Thank you. I should probably start with a confession. When I first experienced a social justice class, it was in university at UBC. Justin Trudeau was in that class. We shared the highest grade. So, yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm anything like Justin Trudeau on anything, actually, at this point. So when didn't imagine that I was going to get into politics. I mean, I am a teacher, I'm still a teacher, and I'm quite happy being a teacher. But what I'm seeing happening in our country requires a response. And so when I saw Max Bernier stand up, right, and make that bold statement that he did, that the Conservative Party is corrupt to the core, we need to rework the whole system, and then he began to speak about the need for small government, for true freedom in this land. And that freedom is freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of the markets, freedom of trade. He started speaking on the issue of freedom consistently. I knew I had to stand up and I had to support him. And so I joined my EDA, and I started serving in whatever capacity in my EDA that they asked me to. I served as a secretary right out the gate, eventually chief financial officer, and then of course stepped forward as a candidate. Because we are in a very tricky time, we are seeing the beginnings of a totalitarian state being set into place. And we know how they need to end. We know how they need to end by how they have begun. We know where this is going. And so all you have to do is take a look at the motions they bring in, such as, M103, which is to take an all-of-government approach to deal with Islamophobia, which they refuse to define. They refuse to define the term, or the treatment of Mr. Cooper very recently, or any one of these other issues that are always coming down. And it's not just the Liberals. The Liberals have ceased to represent any liberal values. They have completely abandoned the Charter. And then the Conservatives seem to be moving in as the new Liberals, and they are doing a lot of the things that even the Liberals of old wouldn't have done, like banning rebel media from covering their convention. Things like that just do not make sense for either of the core parties that have helped to build this nation. And what I see as happening is we are losing sight of what Canada is supposed to be. The Canada that we have all chosen to love as this nation. And I love my country. I'm just more and more having a hard time recognizing it. It's becoming something it never was supposed to be. We are supposed to be a land that is free and strong. And this is something that we're losing. So I've decided to put my name forward as a candidate to run and to continue to fight, because unless a whole lot of individuals across this country stand up in this moment, in this hour, we might not get a chance again. So this is our time.